every day that they see me, they like, what's up, dude? I tell them not much, but we know it's not true. Got a to-do list that every day I gotta run through. I don't want to small talk about it, let it work out for me. I don't tell nobody about my secrets. Keep it to myself, cause nowadays they wanna leak it. I don't even share it with my family as of recent. Not cause I don't trust them, I would rather let them see it for themselves. I got insecurities, I don't wear them on my sleeve, so you know I gotta keep them on the shelf. Like awards I don't have yet. And every second that I wasted talking about it is a second I can have back. Look, I don't wanna tell them everything I'm gonna do. I would rather show them everything that I achieved. I don't wanna tell them that I got it with no proof. I would rather show them the receipts. I find it funny how they say you gotta talk less and do more. When I rap, I talk more and do less. Already had a blue check before I made the music, and now I'm making verified hits every stew session. Go, I got ways to go, I know I never stop. Opportunities are coming to me, I'ma let them knock. Open up the door and let them in, how could I ever not? Better pop off any second, head spinning like a helicopter. Let it breathe, then I'm back in it. You could give me any beat and I'm attacking it. Yeah, 400 at bat, what I'm averaging. 4 clubs on the cap, the establishment. At the show when the crowd get loud to it. Lyrics stay slick, but it still gotta bounce to it. First round pick if they ever get around to it. First round KO, I don't got around to it. I don't wanna tell them everything I'm gonna do.
What?
I would rather show them everything that I achieve. I don't wanna tell them that I got it with no proof. I would rather show them the receipts.
The receipts? I don't wanna tell them how much money I'ma blow. I would rather show them when I pull up in that beam. I don't wanna tell them not to fuck when I'm ready to go. I would rather pull up with the banger on the seats. Dictating these cats fighting my place like every week. Quit playing for I'm aiming and spraying at your teeth. Lame as they can't play with this human, I'm elite. What I'm saying is you my pet in this game, now was your least. Big bang on my pen, staying on jet flame. Feel the pain whenever I start orangutan the beat. Get paid for a quick 8 was just laid. Man, I ate so many verses, I think it's staining on my teeth. Hold on, let me check that. Got a mask, where's Lex at? Best rap, got him pressed back. What you say, cat? Maddie beats, like some kind of pig, gon' get your neck snapped. Yeah.
I don't wanna tell them everything I'm gonna do. I would rather show them everything that I achieved. I don't wanna tell them that I got it with no proof. I would rather show them the receipts.
What up, everybody? So glad you're here. First PYT. Got another one dropping at 5. So, dude, and I want to comment real quick. First of all, Chris, not only do you just do an awesome job updating, just managing like the day-to-day conversations when I'm tied up, but to do something like that and give an honest opinion of them, I think that's awesome. I want to say this. I haven't opened any. I saw Chris's. I think it's a great blaster. How much were they, Chris? 35, I think they cost. Hopefully this lack of demand, oh, the blasters suck. People saying that are probably still going to buy them if they see them. But instead of trying to flip them for $70, $80, $90 like they have in the past, they're going to open them. And they're going to enjoy cards, hopefully. That's the problem. You know, it's finally nice to see some of these blasters and like of the higher end stuff. You know, we're seeing things at Chronicle Sit and Prestige Sit and things like that. I see them at my Walmart. But like Don Russ, to be able to buy one for say $35, $40 instead of $100, that's a fun open. Yes, you're hunting for a downtown. I get it. But like there's other stuff in there. Prizm has a fun open. Those orange cards are so cool. Like my dad and I will open blasters and we love it. I miss open a days to open a Don Russ hobby box for $120, $150. But those days are gone for now. And let me tell you from a cost perspective, from someone who buys like I get certain boxes at cost and then I have to rebuy it like the regular, what you see on Blowout. And then we're able to cost average and do things like that. We will never see Donruss under $150 a box again because the cost on Donruss is almost to that price. So in order for a hobby shop to get it and then sell it and also have to pay to keep their lights on, buy their supplies, I guess it's different for hobby shops, but for breakers to buy supplies and pay fees on credit cards or PayPal, like $20, $30 a box is going to be a standard markup. It's the card companies that have jacked up their, where Donruss used to be, say, like $70, I think, cost a box. It would sell for like $95, $100. Now it's like $130 a box, $150 is the cheapest you'll ever see that. Like, and that's if you have a hobby shop that gets a ton in, or like, something like that. But like, that's okay. That's what you're paying for, those case hits, those numbered cards, those autographs, and if you want to just open and enjoy cards, now blasters have come back down a little bit. The mega boxes have come back down a little bit. Could they still add a little more content in it? It seems like they've raised the prices and decreased the content. Yeah, they have. I wish they would stop doing that. I have an issue with that. I'll probably buy 1 or 2 to open with my dad as opposed to buying maybe like 6 or 7 because the price has gone up, the content is lowered. So yeah, that's an issue. But here's why I say we continue to open wild card, why we continue to open things like Eclectic Leaf. When you can get this, with 5, 6 autographs in it, good stuff, and wild card even in my opinion, a better value. It's why we've stayed clear of a, almost $900 box, $900 box of Prizm. Yes, there's good bangers in there. The ceiling's much higher, but Jason and I were talking. This is my last thing, and then we'll move on. I was letting people come in. Jason and I were talking today about 2 things. One, he wants to get the podcast going so we can talk about things like this. So Jason and I are really working hard, making it one of our New Year's resolutions to get the podcast going to, again, inform, educate, kind of give our takes, our honest opinions. And we're not trying to sell you something we don't believe in. We understand that people want Prizm. Do I think it's the best bang for your buck? Absolutely not. I think it's a fun chase. I think it's a beautiful rainbow. I think there's cool cards to grab. The case hits are probably top of the line when you look at Color Burst and Magnets and stuff like that. But you know me, I'm a Phoenix, Rookies and Stars. I like Optic, but it's gotten expensive. That's me. Because I believe, unless it's a rookie, I'll go out and get my Josh Allen cards. I'll go out and buy, I've made the mistake of, there's been times I wish I would have gotten in breaks as opposed to buying the single. There is. But, and when you're buying, if you're going to get into a case break for your PYT, just so you can get, different color variations and stuff like that, I get it with a chase of a case hit. I get that. But for me, that's why we've been doing a lot more randoms. Just kind of dive in, hopefully hit the big one. But this is our first PYT. I'll get off of it. You know me, I love Phoenix and Select. I'm a massive Phoenix and Select. And honestly, Optic, I used to love Optic. It's my favorite. It was my favorite. But with only 1 autograph per, I probably go... I do like the color. I do like the numbering of it. I hope it comes down in price. But there's other things in my opinion. I'd probably buy the Prizm No Huddle over that. Or I'm not Prizm, no, Optic. What's the Optic one? There's an Optic one too. I already opened this. But you wish Prizm Black was in regular Prizm. I know, but I love. That's a good example, Scott. I'm a huge Chronicles NFL fan. Huge Chronicles fan. And people just are like, why people don't like Chronicles? Because of retail. But they're 2 different products. Chronicles retail is like Prizm retail. You can't get the same stuff in it. It's not even a fair comparison. Because Prizm retail still has some value to it if you get an orange and it's graded. And, here's another one that gets better every year. Phoenix, yes, but Luminance. Luminance continues to get better every year. I mean, what was another one we said? I think Elite fell off this year a little bit. Limited fell off this year, in my opinion, a little bit. But Luminance took a big step up, in my opinion. Here's one I don't get. People don't like Playbook. And they're like, oh, look at Playbook retail. Playbook should not have a retail product. Playbook, this is the one that blows my mind the most. I know you're all waiting for me to get to cards. But Playbook is 4 cards, all hits. End of discussion. Hey, let's make a retail version where there's no hits and it's all base cards. It should be it shouldn't be called, I don't know if they want to do it like the base and the hit version or how they should label it differently. I just don't like that they do a retail version of Playbook because it kind of, I love that they don't do a retail version of Phoenix. They don't. Yet people don't see that and do not reflect value appropriately. And I think down the road, I do believe this. Down the road, things like Phoenix cards will hold a higher value because we'll start to be like, well, where's all the base rookies of Phoenix? Well, they were only in hobby. They didn't have a retail version. Now, they did do H2 boxes last year, so you're getting kind of yicky, and that really dangerous ground of how much did they print of that. They may have stopped Playbook retail last year. And then Prestige. Prestige, the cool thing about Prestige, Scott, I'll go the other way on this, and this is what I wish they would do. That's strictly retail. There is no hobby Prestige. Do that. Do some strictly retail, some strictly hobby, hit both sides of it, you know what I mean? And then make us want the retail. We don't need a retail version of everything hobby. I think you'll see that start. They want to monetize it, so... Anyhow, this is why we got to do a podcast. But I love talking about this stuff. You guys know I'm honest about things. I don't sugarcoat things. I don't like to tell you just something so you we don't have enough product for me to be like, hey, Prizm's awesome. You should spend as much money as you can on it because that's what some of these guys are doing. to a silver and our rookie color here, Kendre Miller out of 175. I was just talking to someone and we were saying how like part of the problem is you're hearing so much chatter from the groups that get the most traction are also the same groups that get the most product. And so they're pumping things that they need to move often. Do you know what I mean? And so it's kind of like you got to be careful. I'm not saying everything they say isn't true. Like some things they say aren't true, but not everything they said is for your benefit. Some of these guys are touting things because they know they need to, and you just got. And listen, that's business. But you got to be careful. You got to be careful to make sure you don't fall into that trap. Do your own research. Listen to a variety of people that talk about the topics. Yaya Diaby and Elijah Dotson. P. Ryan, Claypool. Oh, big news in football world. Here we got a Chris Olave emergent. And here's a Desmond Ridder out of 225. So, a couple things. If you didn't watch our earlier breaks and you were in them, don't just watch the recap. At least watch the beginning. We went back through and we talked about the differences in Prizm from 2017 to 2023. We showed the boxes from 2019 to 23. Discussed some of the major differences, including how silvers have changed case hits and how they have changed the number of hits in the boxes as well. But also we talked a lot about football playoff scenarios. So if you're interested in talking or hearing a conversation about that, check that out. But right before I went live, this should have an auto in it. Every box is pack 3 has had an auto in it. And there it is. So far it seems to be, I thought it was 8, but 3 and 9 seem to be the autos. So real quick before I get into what I heard, be careful if you're going to buy a pack in a hobby shop. No, I would not recommend spending $80 to $100 on a pack that's in the hobby shop. But if you're going to, make sure that they make you pick your pack numbers. They don't let people go through, and I would make sure it's a fresh box or I wouldn't buy it. Because and I'm going to talk about something like that I saw on Sports Card Nonsense, I think it was the other day. Here's a Wicks and Banks. Dat Nugent silver, and it's going to be Dwayne Bowe out of 149. I was just saying earlier, our 2 vet autos we got in a box were Hines Ward and Marcus Allen. Like, wow, at least they upped the vets. And then we pulled a Browns quarterback. Was it Bernie Kosar? And a Dwayne Bowe. Maybe the lower end, hopefully, of those vet autographs. Marino, who's that? Is he the guy in Ace Ventura? I think I saw him on TV once. He was in Ace Ventura with Jim Carrey, right? He kissed that dude. There are no, well, that's not true. Generally, historically in Prizm, there's a patch auto, 1 per case, but in Prizm, there's only autos. So you don't love that. Or, I mean, you don't have to worry about that. But I did see an article a post by someone that says, I went in my hobby shop to buy a pack, and they said they don't sell packs anymore. There's a JSN. They don't sell packs anymore because if he sees someone open the hit, he's honest with people. And if someone walks out and they pull the hit, he can't be honest and tell people if the hit was pulled. So if they buy the rest of the packs and there's no hit in there, he gets blamed for it. Someone's like, is this common practice? Some people like, a lot of people I was surprisingly agreed with the hobby shop. And they were like, it sounds like a pretty honest guy and a place I would buy, my boxes from. There's a Tyreek Hill all-purpose and a Kyle Trask at a 249. Wouldn't you rather have a Baker at this point? And I got to say, man, I loved hearing that. Like, that's the way a hobby shop should do it. If I own a hobby shop right now, it would be very hard for me to want to sell packs because of what I see as a breaker and what I know as a breaker. And I know guys are going to come in and be like, let me pick my pack. And I hate going in the hobby shop and the hobby shop has boxes behind. They'll be like, this is what we have. And they'll be like, I'll grab your pack. It's like, no, that's all right. I don't want one then. That's how it was when I started. Yeah, I think there's some downside to any way you do it. If the hobby shop picks for you, do you trust the hobby shop to not pull the hits? If you pick, and you know where you're picking, you kind of feel like a dick because you're leaving the hits, you're taking the hits and leaving it nothing for anyone else. And especially with the price of packs. They used to be, I remember 2017 Prizm, I was buying packs for on my lunch break, I think for $10 a pack. 2017, $10 a pack. And if I bought like 4, he'd give me like 4 for 35, stuff like that. Yeah, that was Patrick Mahomes' year. It just makes me sick. Ugh. Oh, Prismatic Justin Herbert. We pulled a Stephon Diggs of these and a Tyreek Hill. These cards look so good. You got it, Scotty. And you got your nice Anthony Richardson earlier. Here's a Javon Holland numbered out of 149, which brings me to what I wanted to tell you guys. Right before I went live, I came through on my score app that Lamar Jackson will not be playing, will not be suiting up for the game on Sunday, which we kind of figured, right? We kind of assumed. Who's got the Chargers? Brandon got them. I think they went in the mini. So it sounds like it's going to be Snoop Huntley. Going to be getting the green light to go, which, listen, he's a super serviceable quarterback. There's a DTR and an Anaconda. So it looks like it's going to be up to that. If he's not playing, I would imagine that means Zay Flowers isn't playing. Likely probably isn't going to play. Hamilton on defense isn't going to play. There's a Kenny Pickett fireworks and a Rondell Moore numbered out of 175. So let's see how good that Ravens backup squad is. The Steelers are going to be bringing it. I mean, listen, they got to win to have a chance. I would agree, Larry. The question becomes, how's that backup D? Like, you know. Oh, Nick, I get it, man. Listen, there's no hard feelings when it comes to playoff time. Like, when it's this time, you know, at the beginning of the year when it doesn't really affect us, we're kind of like, you know, let it go. Elsa that for me. Just let it go. But when it gets to this time, it's, man, you don't want your team to be out. My kids are out here. Hey! Let's go, Buffalo. Dude, they asked, are we going to have any football parties? And I said, dude, the Bills got to make the playoffs first. Because we only have playoff parties. It's kind of like my wife's rule. Deuce Vaughn and Jalen Carter. I mean, we had one for my birthday. And every now and then we'll have like a random one. But when the playoffs are on, we have the parties. And he asked, there's a Michael Mayer Silver. There you go for the Raiders. Last team taken. It's a good one there. And Drew Tranquil numbered out of 49 purple. So, yeah, so Larry, correct me if I'm wrong, but the Browns are essentially locked in at number 5. The Chiefs are locked in at number 3, and the Ravens are locked in at number 1. If the Dolphins win, they will be 2, and the winner of the NFC South is going to be number 4. Jags, if they win their game, they're going to be, I got to get more sleeves. If the Jags win, they're going to be locked in the 4. And then we have the Colts and Texans. And so if the Jags lose, the winner of that Colts and Texans game on Saturday would take that 4 spot. And then, you know, the 5 spot is going to be what we said was the Browns. 6 will most likely, if the Bills win, it will be the Dolphins. So if the Bills win, they'll be 2. If they lose, they could be out of it. And well, I just put 35 on the Ravens last night. They were plus 150. And I figured if they announced Lamar was playing, it would go, like, I wouldn't even get it close to that. Micah Parsons, silver lockdown. And Skaronski, rookie blue out of 99 with a Sean Clifford and a Skaronski base. Pitt's -4, so they're still at 150, probably like 160 maybe now. I put Ravens money line. I had $33 in free bets that I did on a promotion last week. So I just put it on the Ravens because I want to even, like, I need that game to be more important. I should have probably just put it on the Steelers. That way, either way, it's like, all right, well, at least I won $30, you know? Like, just put it on the line. Although I don't know that they cover it either way. That would be awful. Steelers win by 3, don't cover the line, and I don't get the Steelers loss. I think this should be our auto. Nope, it's not in pack 9. Quentin Johnson, and there we go, Bryce Young. I wanted to say this real quick about the Blasters, as Chris was pointing out. Yes, they may not have the numbered or the case hits, but listen, this is our 3rd box, and it's our second Bryce Young. We had a Young, 2 Youngs, a Stroud, and then we had the 2 Anthony Richardson throwback cards. But again, at $800, $900 a box, you know, you're going to be able to open a lot more blasters. So if you're looking for a nice centered rookie, blasters might be the way to go if that's what you're looking for. Michael Thomas silver and Jacoby Myers, another one for the Raiders out of 225. He got fined $300,000 for that. $300,000 for throwing that drink, which, you know, he admitted. He's like, I agree with the fine. He's like, it was a horrible decision. I agree with the NFL's code of conduct. He's like, I just care passionately about my team. Listen, we are spectators who are, here's how much we're invested. We play fantasy football. We buy some football cards, maybe some jerseys. We might invest in going to a game or two, or maybe a couple more. So at most, let's say we invest maybe $10,000 a year. These owners have billions of dollars wrapped up in their team, and I want a passionate owner. I don't necessarily like that, like, he did it, but I get it, and I'm kind of like, if that's my owner, I'm like, good. You know, if he wants to throw $300,000 drink on somebody, good. I know you care. Where there's the Pagolas, and they're at tennis matches every week. The Pagolas are the owners of the Sabres and the Bills. Jaden Reed and Kenny McIntosh. They're the owners of the Bills and the Sabres. Isn't it? Buffalo? Yeah, Buffalo Sabres. And there's a prismatic Joe Burrow and a Mac Jones, numbered out of 99. See, Chris, that's a to me that's a win on those blasters, because there's your cheap. You're not gonna buy those cards under $25-$30. Plus, you get a chance at other stuff. You know, you open them yourself. I think that's a win on those. I think Russell ends up in Denver. For whatever reason, they're going to be too much in cap space if they let him go. Who are they going to go get? They don't have a great draft pick, right? What are they going to go get? Here's our autograph. There's a Zay Flowers. There was an Uzuma rookie as well. Darius Slayton, Calvin Austin. How about a Josh Jacobs silver fireworks? And for the Patriots, numbered out of 25, blue camo, Wes Welker. Nice card for the Pats there. And I think Jason Mello is a PAL. It's PYT, so yeah. Nice. And Chris was just saying he likes the vet autos for PYTs, and this is why. A nice Wes Welker, 6 out of 25. I'd take that as a Pats fan. You think he's gonna end up? I mean, listen, the guy could end up in New England. That's the New England way, right? Say what the public wants to hear. Shut your mouth and do your job. To me, he's a perfect fit for Belichick in New England. Ironically, Belichick doesn't leave. He brings in Russell Wilson, a little yes man, and they make it work. And that's the end of that. You know, it could be. Hey, real quick, before I open this last pack, I just want to remind you, don't go anywhere. We have 2 $5 hitless credits, and then we have a Week 18 pick'em spot, Week 18 paper football, and then no Week 18 FanDuel, because we're starting to give away for that postseason long FanDuel spot. So that's not just 1 week. That is a postseason long FanDuel, where there'll still be a $5 a week high score, but you also have a chance at a winner-take-all prize at the end. Devin Achan and Overshawn. And it's going to be another Pats, Hunter Henry out of 149. Starts a Christian rap group with Sierra as a backup dancer. Caleb Williams is going to look like in Buffalo. Could you imagine? We'd have to use our first round pick from the Cardinals for trading Diggs on him. We need to bring in a rookie, a good rookie receiver, or a good solid vet. Let me separate these guys, and then we'll do a full recap. And then again, do those giveaways. At 5 o'clock, we are dropping what should be the last PYT. Now I'll have one more box to rip. I don't know. Unless there's a huge demand in this PYT snap fills, I doubt we'll be doing it as a PYT. So again, if you want to get in the PYT, that's your all card ship on these, by the way, too. That'll be your last chance. Here we go. Zay Flowers base. We had the Josh Jacobs silver fireworks. Prismatic Joe Burrow, Bryce Young, Rookie, we got the Micah Parsons Lockdown Silver, Sean Clifford Base, Michael Mayer Silver Rookie. We got the DTR, a Justin Herbert Prismatic, and I'll tell you what, these cards do look nice, but the silver just looks, the prism on it just looks so much better. I don't think they have numbered versions of this, but the silver's worth paying up for. I don't know what the price difference is going to be. A JSN, and then the Tyreek Hill all-purpose. I think we've had a Tyreek Hill in every box. Did you hear Tyreek Hill's house caught on fire today? It's crazy. Everyone's apparently fine, but his house caught on fire. Kendre Miller out of 175. Desmond Ritter out of 225. Kyle Trask out of 249. Javon Holland out of 149. Rondell Moore out of 175. Drew Tranquil out of 49. Peter Skoronski out of 99. Jacoby Myers out of 225. Mac Jones out of 99. And Hunter Henry out of 149. Just beautiful color and prism. Obviously what you guys are hunting for. Same reason I like Optic. 10 numbered parallels make it a very nice box to open. And then our hits are the West. Well, let's start with this one. Dwayne Bowe for the Kansas City Chiefs. Forgot about that name. That's going to go out to Rob Shelton. At least a PC card for him. Numbered out of 149. And the blue camo out of 25. Flashback Wes Welker for the New England Patriots. Jason Mello on the $14 New England spot. Not bad at all. I mean, listen, I think that's what they should do. I think Chris, it would be nuts for them to go get a quarterback. They have Justin Fields. I think it's silly for them to waste that dude. He's a good, you're not going to bring in anyone else. Caleb Williams is not NFL ready. Do you guys feel like he's NFL ready? Like you would feel good drafting him as your starting quarterback? Or what, you bring in Field, like you keep Fields for a year and then you have Caleb Williams learning. It just doesn't make any sense. All right, top two and $5 hit list credit. I don't see, I don't know. Like after the way Williams played this year, Caleb Williams played, I get it. He didn't have an NFL team on his roster, but like he didn't look like he was the NFL player at times either. I'm with you, Roger. As much as I know you're not that smart like in Marino. I mean, all these guys we're talking about are definitely better. Indianapolis Colts and the Saints, Doug Berger, and New Orleans Saints is going to be David Populars for the hit list credits. Here we go. Week 18, pick them first. I mean, listen, here's the problem with it, Nick. We got to remember, these guys getting picked generally are going to teams that aren't ready. Now, in the case this year, if the Bears get them, I think that team's NFL ready. If they work on that line. If Fields can't make it work there and they don't change much, I don't know how Fields is better than Caleb Williams. I don't see how people don't see, like, at least at this, where Fields is right now compared to where Caleb Williams is right now. I'm not saying like better overall, will be in the future, but where they're at in their careers right now with the vet experience that Fields has, Baltimore Ravens, Josh Blanchard, you're going to get to pick them. And if you can't make it work with Fields, what are you going to do to make it work with Caleb Williams? Baltimore Ravens, we said that is, who is it? Josh Blanchard. There you go, Josh. All right, week 18. Week 18 postseason. This is second half season, but we didn't get a chance to do that. Week 18. Postseason FanDuel is what it is. Postseason FanDuel, men roll 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Remember, 30 minutes, that PYT will drop. It's going to be the Miami Dolphins getting that spot. That's going to be Lamar Henry. I didn't even realize you were in this, Lamar. My fault. I haven't seen you in a while, man. And then week 18, paper football, men roll 5. Good luck, y'all. 6. Prizm brings out the people we haven't seen in a while. Listen, this is the problem, Roger. People need to let these guys develop. The Chargers, Los Angeles Chargers is going to be Brandon Taneyama, paper football. like, I am so tired of teams expecting, like, your team is trash generally. You got last place, so you get this early pick, right? And then you're like, oh, hey, let's bring in this quarterback, and we don't have anything else in place. But let's bring in this freshman, like, rookie quarterback, or, you know, a junior out of college, and he's going to change everything around. Yeah, we don't have great receivers. We don't have a line. But you know what? He can change it. Get the dude a break. Now, when you look at a guy like Trevor Lawrence, I do have concerns about a guy like Trevor Lawrence, right? They have provided him with all the weapons. They have provided him with a better coach. They have provided him with opportunity. He plays in one of the weaker divisions, in my opinion. And then he still is struggling to put together an efficient season-long stat line. That's not good. Like, that's a red flag at this point. So, I mean, there's things that could be fine-tuned, and hopefully he gets it together. He still has time. Listen, 21, 22, 23. He's 3 years in. Fourth year is a big year for him, I think. And like, I know a whole year under this coach, a year under this offense. Like, let's see what happens. He'll get it. He'll get it, Roger. I do believe he will, but there's a lot of warning signs to watch out for. All right, guys. 5 o'clock. I'll see you. Peace.